Hello, everyone. Welcome to the F1 Passport. This is our race review for I hate saying this, man, the 70th anniversary Grand Prix, or let's just call it British Grand Prix number 2.
Yeah. BGP2.
Right. What's up, man? How you doing?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
All right. So we got the first thing I have is Lawrence Stroll. Did you see his little interview that he did in rebuke of the sanction against them?
Yeah, they're fired up, man. They're coming out angry.
Yeah.
Which bodes well, I think. I think they're making it clear they have nothing to hide. They welcome an investigation. They welcome taking it to the courts because they're confident they have nothing to hide, which is good.
Yeah. I've never seen Lawrence speak before. He kind of looked like what's his name, Luca Degrassi from The Godfather.
Right.
He looked crazy, man. There's a podcast, well, not a podcast, but a YouTube channel called The Race, where they said it looked like a hostage situation.
So he doesn't have that lisp that Lance has, or that his son has.
No, but if you go back and look at Godfather, Luca Degrassi, when he's talking to the Godfather at the beginning of the movie, trying to prepare his little speech and stumbling and looking, he's he looks like him in general, but he kind of talks like him too.
Yeah.
I like the radio communication with Lewis. I think it was around lap, I forget what lap, but early in the race, where he says that these guys must not have put enough pressure in their tires.
Yeah. He's trying to sow those seeds. I mean, my thing is that Mercedes, they asked Toto why didn't he consider going on the hards in Q2 the way that Verstappen did. And his response was, well, we weren't sure that our tires, we didn't know for sure our tires were going to blister like they did. I'm like, y'all known that for the last 2-3 years that your tires, don't do well in hot conditions and certain tracks like that. How do you not know that? And why, I don't understand the philosophy behind some of these decisions these teams make sometimes. They got all these damn supercomputers and all this data and information, but they seem to make the same mistakes over and over again, and then try to claim they don't understand why.
Yeah, I don't think any strategy would have worked for them for this race. Those tires were just blistering. I mean, they put the hards on, and after 3 laps, they got a line around the middle of the tire.
Yeah. But there was a second layer of rubber underneath that tire that allowed Lewis to keep running. Like, I thought he was really going to pull off the one-stop strategy.
Yeah.
And they were telling him there's another layer under there. Don't worry about it. Now, Bottas, he only ran, maybe 10 laps on those hards, but he was reacting to Verstappen coming in and changing off his tires. Otherwise, I think he would have stayed out longer.
And I heard that his vibration was a lot more severe also.
Okay. Yeah, but it was, that amount of blistering was incredible, dude. It was amazing how bad and how quickly the Mercs tires. But let me just say, first of all, kudos to Pirelli. I mean, we were worried, at least I was worried, that going to this softer set of tires was going to be dangerous. But they were calm and cool. They knew what the problem was. They were confident they knew what the problem was, and they got it right. I think those inflated tire pressures is what made the situation even worse for the Mercs. I think their solution to having these to the hot tracks is the cooling solution that they put in their brake caliper, the brake ducts, but also it has to do with the tire pressures.
Yeah, the Jess from Autosport, the former WTF1 pundit, she said this is the Mercedes kryptonite. A combination of high temps, high tire pressures, and their inability to cool tires. Well, all that combined with the amount of downforce, sheer downforce that they create.
Yeah, and they have such a powerful engine; they're able to just power through that amount of downforce and still get quick lap times.
And I think that's the beauty of Formula One. You've got a feature of your car that makes you number one at most tracks on most days that can also serve as your kryptonite, in certain situations and certain tracks. So yeah.
I still say qualify on the hardest tire possible to get you through Q2, and go out on the strategy that allows you to be on the soft tires at the end of the race when you have light fuel load. That's just me. Without a supercomputer, that's just my logic.
Right. How dare you? How dare you make a decision without a supercomputer?
Right.
I'm hearing people say also that they want to get rid of that Q2 rule, where you have to start the race on the set of tires you set your fastest lap on in Q2. Just get rid of that stupid.
Oh yeah, I'd be cool with that too. Like, you do whatever tire you want to use, whatever tire you want to use, whenever you want to use it. I'm cool with that.
Right. Yeah.
I'm watching that race and I'm thinking about how much you're required to manage your tires. And we talked about it last week, right, with Perez. And I think this is what makes people like Perez viable in the sport still, are these tires, these fast degrading tires. And it puts an onus on the drivers to be able to maintain their tires through their lap time. And so we're not seeing people, going out and just using their racecraft to fly around the track as the fastest person, right? The fastest driver. We're seeing this requirement to manage. And, I think that's a testament to Lewis and to Max and all these other really fast, natural drivers that they're able to do this tire management. But it takes away from the sport, man. It takes away from what the sport should be. And I think it was kind of probably designed that way to make it difficult and to kind of compress the field and give these other drivers an opportunity to compete.
Yeah. I like drivers that can preserve the tires while going fast. They can preserve tires and still put up good lap times. But yeah, that whole issue with preserving and not racing to the fullest extent of the car is similar to what Formula E does with the whole battery usage. They got a manner lifting and coasting, and that's just not racing, man. That's I'd rather see a situation where if they could go, if one team decided to go on a two-stop strategy with hard tires and soft tires, or hard tires and medium tires, and another team went on a three-stop strategy with soft, medium, and just went balls out, hardcore the whole race, and that strategy was better more often than the conservative strategy. That's what I'd rather see.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
What's up, Luna?
Hey, Lulu. What's up, Mom?
Keep calmer. Keep calmer.
She follows me from room to room, man. I cannot shake this dog off my tail.
CBD helping?
No, we have to give up on that.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but can we go ahead and pay our respects to Max and the job that he did?
Dude, no one else could have done that. No one else could have done that.
Freaking incredible. Dude understood the car better than, again, the supercomputers, right? He understood the car better than the team and what the team was telling him. And he had the guts to just go ahead and go against their freaking strategy and do what he thought was best. I love that shit, man.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, he earned
screw
that one.
you. I haven't been this close to a Merc in years. I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not backing off. Are you crazy? You
yeah,
know.
driving like a grandma.
Yeah.
He can say all the corny jokes he wants. If he's gonna drive like that, I don't care.
Verstappen bingo.
What's that?
Verstappen bingo. You're
Yeah,
still not. You're still not up on the bingo. I think Martin dropped another good one. When he talked about Ricardo's spin, he said ambition over adhesion.
that's a good one.
The Brits are artists when it comes to vocabulary. You
Well,
know,
they've been at it a lot longer than we have,
right?
so
Right. We're just fumbling.
they're quick to remind us. Yeah,
We're engineers, man. We try to place words together. They're just artists, man.
yeah.
They manipulate the English language in a way that we don't. But I'm going to name Sebastian Vettel the new Spinjitzu master. If you're familiar at all with the Lego cartoon Spinjitzu,
No, I'm not.
I'm way too familiar. My son forces me to watch it with him. But yeah, even so much so that Ricardo called his spin a Seb spin.
Oh damn!
But I had a
It's
Seb.
his name's gonna become a verb synonymous with spinning.
We had the Tiger Slam, the Serena Slam, the Hack a Shack, all those phrases. Now we got the Seb spin. Unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable.
I'm also hearing a lot of people question whether he'll even finish the season out.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's wise for him and his reputation. And I don't think it's wise for the team because he trying to score no points for them. He care less about scoring points for them.
As a consultant who's been in situations where the customer notifies you that they're not going to renew your contract, yet you have to stay there for another month or two, right, and manage people who know their job is going away and try and keep them all, herded like cats. You can understand the situation. It's impossible to maintain a relationship when you already know it's over. I don't know what they were, why this even happened. Why it even happened this way? Well, I mean, we know why, but I don't know how they expect to be able to pull it off.
Yeah, go ahead and let him go ahead and take the rest of the season off. Put the Hulk in the car for the rest of the season. He's hungry. They'll get you plenty of points.
I'm hearing a lot of people say, "Oh, that'll never happen." I don't see Seb doing that. I see Seb doing that.
We're watching it happen in real time. So.
I see Seb saying, "Screw you! I'm going to take a break for the rest of the season and go join Aston Martin next season." Speaking of the Hulk, did he get screwed lap 44?
Of course he did. No question. You called it last weekend's race, and it happened. Now, he defended the team. He said he didn't think the tires would make it, but that's just him being a good politician. They screwed him, and they gave that position to the Silver Spoon.
Right. I heard one post-interview where Hulk was a little confused about the strategy.
Okay. Well, they must have got to him. The Godfather must have got to him. In his story up.
Luca Degrassi, man, that's Luca. He was the hitman. He was the Godfather's #1 hitman.
Okay, yeah.
The Jess from Autosport, I guess now she's with such a reputable outfit. She's got to toe the party line, but she said all the what she calls the tin hat brigade is going to suggest that there was the fix. And I almost say what?
As they should, yeah.
I almost built myself a aluminum foil, or should I say aluminium foil hat. Is that how they say it? Aluminium. aluminum foil. I almost moved me to them at. I mean, with all the shit that's going on in this sport, all the crazy things that people have done in this sport, to suggest that something as obvious as that is tinfoil hat worthy is an insult to my intelligence.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Trying to make you believe something isn't what it is when you're seeing it with your own eyes.
Yeah.
So
What do you call that? Gaslighting.
yeah.
Trying to gaslight us. What do you think about Hulk and his post race, celebration? Get in there, Racing Point. Did you see that? Are you trying to say something?
No.
Is that a dig? Is that a dig at Mercedes? Is that a?
I think that's definitely a dig at Mercedes. Well, I mean, there's only one person that says that, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know why he feels the need to dig at Mercedes.
Or is it, we're a junior Mercedes team? This is the phrase that we use. I don't know, man. I thought it was interesting though.
He's had a lot of time to think about what he wanted to say, so I'm sure it has some meaning to it.
He put a lot of work into his helmet too.
Yeah, right.
For a guy that didn't want to wear pink, that was a dope ass helmet.
Yeah.
What about Albon, man? In my opinion, he was the only one racing he's the only one making passes, especially those passes outside of cops.
Don't get me started on Albon, please. He should have been in a position where he had to make those passes in the first place.
Yeah.
You have a Grand Prix winning car that should be the third fastest car on the track. He should always be the third or fourth fastest car on the track, and he's not. So therefore, he's not good enough. I don't care how many people you pass in the midfield. If you have one of the best cars on the track, you should be able to pass people in the midfield. So I don't give him any credit for it.
All right. Well, so what's he got to do, man? He's got to qualify better, right?
He's got to qualify better. He's got to stop making mistakes. He's got to stop whining and complaining. And he's got to get that car closer to the second row, on the second row.
Yeah. He's putting up pretty decent points, and I'm going to pull up the Constructors Championship status and the Drivers Championship points so far. He's putting up points, I guess, helping the team in the Constructors, but not helping Verstappen in the race at all.
He's what? He's like sixth or seventh place, fifth, sixth or seventh, something like that. He's way down compared to where he should be. He should be number 4.
Yeah.
Anything less than number 4 is not good enough in that car.
On the other hand, Ocon seemed to have stepped it up a little bit.
Yeah, he's got to do more. He's still got to do more.
I think he's trending in the right direction.
Yeah, and I hope he continues to do that. I think he's good enough to do that. I hope he's good enough to do that. We'll see.
Disappointed in that Ricciardo spin. If I rate Lewis, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Leclerc, although I hate to say his freaking name.
Yeah.
If I rate them in that order, I expect more from Ricciardo, man. That can't happen,
Yeah, well, I mean, we said, I was complaining about Latifi and who else is it? Giovinazzi always causing problems and qualifying, getting, red flag in sessions and whatnot. And then you had Lewis go out and spin
right?
And Silverstone last year and throw rocks and shit all on the track. But the thing is, everybody can have an incident, but is it a recurring theme?
Yeah.
Like Vettel.
Right.
He's got a recurring theme.
Right.
With these spins.
All right, last thing I got, man, the WTF1 podcast. I'm watching that. This guy Tommy Kluski had to step in for the original guy, and I like this dude, man. He said, well, he's a glutton for punishment, being a fan of Albon, but he recognizes Lewis as the greatest talent ever, and most importantly, recognized that Rosberg winning the championship in 2016, he was lucky. You know, I'm going back on the F1 TV app. I'm going back and looking at all those races, that whole season for 2016, just to see all the failures. So far, I've gone through, 8 races. Lewis has had 3 issues from those 8 races. Rosberg hadn't had any that weren't, he had one that was self-inflicted. But Rosberg came out of the gates that season and won the first, 3? Yeah, the first 3 races.
I don't know about that, man. So I saw this documentary on YouTube about the 2014 season, the first hybrid season, and the battle between Lewis and Rosberg. Rosberg was getting in his shit from the beginning.
Oh yeah.
When that car was first good, Rosberg was getting on pole. He was giving them hell in the races. It was only reliability issues that hurt Rosberg. And then that incident, I forget where, I think it may have been in Spain, where Lewis passed Rosberg and Rosberg jumped over and sliced his tire. It might have been in Belgium. And so it knocked Lewis out of the race, and then Rosberg went on to a podium finish, and he got booed on the podium.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point on, he started having all these problems with his car. And I think the team was pissed off that he did that. And Lewis went on to squeak out that first championship with Mercedes.
Last race of the season.
Yeah. But Rosberg was on his ass from the jump, man. So I don't consider 2016 lucky. I consider it consistent. And you got to have the chips have to fall your way. And I think they fell for Lewis in 2014, and they fell for Rosberg in 2016. But you got to be good for those chips to fall for you, and he was good as hell, man. Rosberg, I wish he shouldn't have left, but that dude was bad, man. You had to give him more credit.
I'm going to report on my findings, but my general impression is that if Lewis didn't have one of those multiple failures he had that year, then Rosberg didn't win the championship. Yeah, he did his part. He did what he needed to do. But Lewis lost because of failures, not because of, because Rosberg got in his head or played sufficient enough games or any of that other crap that people seem to trying to dig up and forget what really happened. But
I don't like the phrase "getting in his head." I don't think that's what it is. I think it's playing dirty. That's a more accurate description. Rosberg played dirty.
But I don't think that's what won him the championship. It's playing dirty, it's just playing dirty. It's not like he knocked Lewis off his game by playing those dirty tricks, and that's what won him. That's the sense that I get from people when I hear them talk about it. None of that.
He ran off in qualifying just to keep Lewis from getting a chance to beat his lap. When he's passing, you cut over and you slice into his tire. That's dirty. That's driving dirty, and that's affecting, the championship, your ability to win the championship.
Yeah, and it did. But at the end of the day, a few less ERS problems, hell, just one less ERS problem would have won Lewis the championship, in spite of all that, those dirty tricks and all that crap. The overarching, thing that caused him to lose that championship was the car, was the team not providing him with the car, whether purposefully or not. But anyway, all right, man.
All right, cool. Can you get your boy Christian Horner to stop being the Karen of F1?
What's he doing now?
He's the one leading the whole legal complaint against Mercedes. He's trying to throw Mercedes into this whole Racing Point issue.
Really?
It wasn't me. I'm not going down for this.
Safnauer, I think, ought to be the team's spokesman. He presents a very convincing argument. He says things like, Haas bought those same parts from Ferrari, okay? Didn't even attempt to make it themselves. Toro Rosso, AlphaTauri, bought those parts from Red Bull, didn't even attempt to make them. And now they have the gall to complain about a team that actually got the designs and made the parts themselves, you know? So, yeah.
So there's no other way to make those rear calipers or brake ducts. There's no other way to make them to fit on that design of that car.
Right. That'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Yeah, when it goes,
I think we can be sure that we'll be surprised at whatever the outcome is.
Yeah, some arbitrary.
Yeah, off the wall.
Might have stick a finger in the air and say, let's go this route.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, man. That's it for this week. Yep. Peace out, man.
All right, deuces later.